say wo ye no ye de betu nsu aboso mpaye presela me say Calvin on mpaye no hu wo ma o de bia hu de besi ye de ade de performa ye be hu de besi e performance as kasa e ti Calvin ni enyane oboy na ye hu de besi mesra mo the next project no bi afa na wonyim ye fa nko ye fa de ni nyame fa nto apam say wo na ye giwudie wo na do obi ko shepo ase ko obi wu kura tinu ani nyane wo no edi papa nyane Calvin ma ye wate na ote ase pa na ye de azan we ko ye no no krachi ni ka ko san ade we hifa na obeba be ka job zenya wa krachi ni our birth certificate wo our passport ade tu kwan date of birth wo Denise one date of birth one na just go for we on omo so omo tuatu asikanti bibi omo ye bia omo fa ho they are reckless even about practicing the law. Baba Jama Associate, you are the most reckless lawyers in Ghana because we are armed robbers sankasa in law. Lumba is your client as you claim, but now where's your Lumba instruction in Biana? So what? Monka check Calvin say when you're never penny and away we are and away what champ to us.
Now, Rofuna make any that I am the first male child of Mr. Late Kojofusu, Semini Bear Mapenini, Emma Ura Kojofusu. Together with my sister, Denise Lady Fusu, Minimiaba Lady Denise Fusu, the oldest of the children of the deceased. Or no, and a penny, Emma Dadrumba Emmanuel, according to me, I stand to be corrected. That's 6. Yeah, I can kind Calvin ne affidavit of interest. The the caveat cotton mame letters of administration. That's Madam Akosua Serwaa Fusu. The first applicant is my biological mother. Kwa Madam Ernestina Fusu, aka Akosua Brimpoma. The second applicant is the sister of the deceased. Sir, Mami Akosua Serwaa Fusu, or your first applicant, Emma letters for administration. Or your mame, pa biological mother, on a woman. And Madam Ernestina Fusu, do one friend Akosua Brimpomo, your second applicant. Make applicant be a marine for letters for administration whom community. Or no so a year. Me papa will enya ba. That's as the first male child of the deceased. Now, the first child of the deceased, no, and I also a male. As the first male child of the deceased, it will be in the interest of justice for this honorable court to appoint me as co-administrator, as my inclusion would ensure that the collective and individual interests of all the children of the deceased are adequately represented in the administration of the estate.
Mode statue akosi stadium e katana ni se lumba we lumba ni we afre de mo se na wish ene kwa na meti am se instruction kwasiafo nkurasefo Calvin ya babon ya ma wate wasem na am asefim o ba Priscilla we ya da usuba ya dia ma obi ehun nipa we nipa Bonefuo. Hey, what you are Akosua Serwaa di, who you are the BB and identity BB, who you are so na mass was a him, name himself per Calvin as Priscilla, no, we are singing now, and himself per Calvin as so we are the Papone. Priscilla, we are the Papone. It's your quadane by the one in the year, now what they quack Jinny Penny, dear friend, and Sam, Yakupo Yawoka, city, a bit my no man in Biam.
Sisi ana me si me bisa me ho plan any dean. Plan no the way forward any dean. So be you should carving. And they are satisfied with need ana. So be you should Denise. Any onu abere ma carving no. Na omo dia pedi omo ejapade a wo so munya ana. Letters of administration no. Maame Akosua se wadi kan faale ye no. Se na be obetimi anya ejapade a oni okunu ebre ho sutumi. Na se ba ne se distribution of it, particularly with the estate ene ho nkro ne ba. Momi ni betimi anya tumi. Akotete nkomo a Akosua. That means there's no will that the wanya will Enra Baba Jama ebedi nkomo bi ewo GH1 television ewo kire se watete TikTok titiri ni timlega wife no toto abo ba na kache sa ena no asema omugodi wo Kumasi High Court between Mama Akosua Serwaa and OdoBroni ni omoni interest wo ba bia OdoBroni any client. In fact, Najuma for client. Ono Baba Jamano, Ojina Quentin Crow, ono MP. Najuma, wabie, ya Baba Jama law firm. No. Lawyers for a woman. Ana OdoBroni a contact or more. Sa lawyer for any omo yajuma. There's no way Ana what it is a man for China bosso, a man for Chimako, titling team legal wife for no. Omani interest will be likewise Najuma na wabie no. The law firm. It is one more problem be OdoBroni and say omukona kache. Omo obuo bi to omonto mfa nko islegunfie ho. Demo wenyo no Baba Jama and in the law firm no. Me do kasa KwakuKristo react on that. And watutu bi e de ama omo pa. Na KwakuKristo din komo ne nkoma o di ni kire se kama ye se Calvin o ma hunu bibi ama na di. Enti on se Kwaku Mama Akosua se water project no Kwaku ne di animu. Ama omojije ntoboa ne ho nkoro na ba na metise no awodi nkomo bi se omo de Calvin be compile bom na mse ese ba bi aduru no mususu se Calvin no oma hono bibia ma na di mususu se Calvin no obatwemako bi e de afa na ni ase ohu hwe enye nani a sanete eno akontonchi nso etena ase ye ni aba no kire nsemu kakra the affidavit of interest dentia Calvin nso so a John o maame na o maami ye bibia sanka o ta na chiente sa na se we na wa file no o file so no so be ginam bi na se mo hwe ba bi agenda ni free bana sa de amanfo kani o agenda ni free OdoBroni ho ana be wura nkwada no nti na ama ankwada no so are a file no mami nje nsem no mfama KwakuKristo de dikan ana afri suso ye nuaba ye frɛ no kontonchi ana kontonchi media fo no omoso nsem kakra na krata na ehye omo to mi nya bi nkan o affidavit of interest ni caveat ho nsensem no anyways ye de say ya nya bia ye bekokoko amanfo fie sa ni yagoje akonwa ne atena ho ni di nkyiremu no so abramu kakra ye be nya ne de abramu na asem na se wo court nti no omo pese omo be bie so bebre na konkonsafo omo baba betu aguso asemo yankoni yankuti Kwaku ne nsem kakra o woka concerning nsem we di ahim e wo highway ni so kindly drop your comment in pacho na share video no mame why
pebon e be di so hwe kwan a obefa so e obehu sa nyansa no ade na o try sa wo ye no ye de betu nsu aboso mpaye presela me say Calvin on mpaye no ohu wo ma o de bia hu de besi ye de ade ne performa ye be hu de besi e performance as kasa e ti Calvin ni enyane oboy na hu de besi mesramo the next project no bia fa na wonyim ye fa nko ye fa de ni nyame fa nto apam se wo ne agi wudie wo na de obi ko shepo ase ko obi wu kura tinu ani nyane wo no no edi papa nyane Calvin ma ye wate na otia wotia sipa na ye de azan we ko ye no no hu krachi ni ka ko san ade we hifa na obeba abeka jo bi zenya wa krachi ni our birth certificate wo our passport adi tu kwan date of birth Denise one date of birth one na just go for we omo ni so omo tuetu asikanti bibi omo ye bi omo fa ho they are reckless even about practicing the law. Baba Jama and Associate, you are the most reckless lawyers in Ghana. because we are armed robbers sankasa in law. Kadia moye. Lumba is your client as you claim. But now, where's your Lumba instruction? So, Monka check Calvin say when you're about penny. And away, we are now. And away, what champ to us? Mode is statue Akosi Stadium. Ekatana nim. Say Lumba, way. Lumba new way. I feel there must a wish. And that quite a instruction. Was see a phone class for Calvin. You have a bumpire, Mawati. What's your name? I'm a him. But Priscilla, we are the Usubaya Diamo Bia Nipa. We are Nipa Bonefuo. Hey, what is your mamma? Serwaa di? Who are the BB and identity BB? Who are on the mass was aggressive? Name himself a Calvin as a move. Priscilla, no, we are singing now, and himself a Calvin as some. So we are the Bonnet. Priscilla, we are the Bonnet. Eti akwadane baye dia wona ne ye nyina no na wo de kwakwaje ne payi dia firi ne nsam yakopon betua wo ka sedie de sedie ebi ma wona o ma ne biam papim se wiase betwam wo ye Bonefuo oya biaye why ye biaye wate Priscilla prega bentes why ye biaye wicked. You are a wicked woman. Priscilla, so you're wicked. The most wicked thing I want you to we're quite sir, but we are wicked. We are very, very evil. Hey, Priscilla, make up and 10. So we are evil. Now, what time I saw? And Yabe you ama, and Subabe you ama, Assassin Pajawashuo. I bet you baby Abeda. We need Bonefuo. One and a cran and I'm soon as Sri, Munina. Say no must say Juma to a crown so. Some of uncle, now uncle San dear Chesse, or Yanni Papa Penny, Yakupo Yawoka. What do you ever so Yaba Penny? Over so Bunny Benny on. No better Penny on. Etienne, Obano chess personal, only do dinner chino change your age. Why, yes, Adiana, Yakupo to about soon to me. Just say, or say, Mamma Akosua will be beer. Naka Calvin, Naka San any Baban also no. Now on count on one papa Japadio. Now, Priscilla, I can't say Japadio. I'm the mother Denise, and also community Denise Serwaa. Carpet Munyansa. Or one man, no more position, no money body view. Why not a wag in a maso? Eti moi Calvin bae na majete na Priscilla na ayi akwarane dono na akwano omunim no kurabi akwarane ni bibi omo ma me nka na ya na omunim adwepone sa Priscilla di adwepone sei edi Calvin achi na so de ne koi say adonko no nko ton ni nyini ha hey Priscilla di omo so waye bia waye na fatia na associate mesemo sikara magini nyina mo de betua mo de behwe mo yare o yari ababomo asichire yari be 35 ana eba mo so abom ebe boma hwe se papa for me Bonefuo Sankalumba de na chijamu a matimi ya to the extent say Moses sane ma position e dia na mo pe matimi ana lo ya be kwan baba jama ada na we kronfo sa oh say me come asem na omo ntiase we nya evidence o mo ya kronfo Etimesramo, Mommy and Google review. Baba Jama and Associate, Google review. Young Coach Romu say this firm has been able to manipulate a family to change its hierarchy and calling a second born child, the first child. And we have documents. Now, Monka, we fake, we are kronfo, armed robbers. Operator, money mo be kwasi a chense yo. Eti by this time no, Calvin for suna kasa be hu de mo de ye no. Eti akwa ne ba ye na, woni ne na o kan su anu agibi, ni nya na wo de exam na ma na ko sign say wonya ne papa ba panyini. Ebe. Oba warefo. Ah wo tia wade ase. Bompa e ma wa wade wate. Me say bompa ye, sorry, tia wo na so. Tina se wo dwaye, bompa ye ma wa wade wate. Na mo amota Priscilla chidie ni sunsun na dikan wura ma warem dada ewura mo fie ne mo fie mo be father same thing na lumba afam wo mo Priscilla for mo ba no mo dosun OdoBroni supporters Se omo amudi maame Akosua Serwaa chi enya nsenkyerene di adanse a musum benya the same nsenkyerene ni bi praise the followers me say OdoBroni fo aye bia ba mawari no edoso na me ka kire wo ba wo hwe me say pompa ye ma wawade e me na me ka kire wo pompa ye anopawia enumre ma wawade e obufu ukuna pompa ye ma no ukunu di wu ya pompa ye ma no me na me ka kire wo ekunu pa ho na wate omo so ayere pa ho na ekunu pa na ka kire wo. So sa bonsam etimi change Nipa adwena onyame timi sesa Nipa adwene nka so okunu jimi a unya no na de empire bompa bo ba wawade ye ne dekora bompa ye ma wawade ye ise maame Akosua Serwaa na menim se menya sure so te wono adwene se da bi beba sei one ne kunu ti odi de me kwa aba eno ano bompa ye urade me kwa aba sunsun bi aba betwa me ne me kunu awade mu urade titim Mumon paye wati na dia ge we ye no e Bible mu na si yo eti ade na Priscilla ne lawyers ne commit no generational crime generational crime. Now let me come back to Ajaguraja. Honestly, what your time as soon as that? Now that you mean one is 22. What time as soon as that? What you say, man? When muna my no, Juma we na mo ma sese no, munim say e be backfire. Anu nti and I say enkura no afi na ntoko ebesim. Me say woni para, woni brufi. Wa bofo no kromo ba this time mo ma hwe. Control wo no, entro wo afa. Susum papa bia no otena Nipa o twa ntro nchen. Na me ka kire o. Susum boni bia no so a asem we obetinya we ni wo. Because the darkness is over. Light ne pie na eba awia bi be pie na me Akosua Serwaa be sori na a new day, all green and beautiful day. Abai is nigh. Priscilla, when him go asiano is nigh. O shesu wi asimu a de aka be 3 minutes na si aka ke Priscilla me na mka kire o etime sramo ye tu ye nsuo no number ne da ho no me buy me di ka be bo dance die ansa na e be free a mesa abo ososo a wo ye bibia wo testimony wetinya ba ha ye nyina ya ba be hu Priscilla Nipa bone e woni tim etunsuade wate hwe Priscilla pretense fasuade o sana Nipa be breti wo wiase tuna ma ye careful bia wo seche obi ana enye se bia esretu bia na efiri akomapem efiri adwene pem find this city echi en fire nyodo city ne ha nyodo Priscilla shedewa Ghana fo ye se ana akwada no nimbibi wanya expensive 1 2 3 oba de nyakopon hira wate no ntina ni mu nkire o na ade bia ye wakoma so ade bia o ma won sanka why so just say adia esino anu odin papa benten ono lawyers maye bi na ye wate lawyer fati ushumu kankan se kwa do bi abotuom lawyer fati ushumu kankan se kwa do bi abotuom ushu ato achinchim kwa siaba Numeja na chima mo se ojane wi mo se owu a ne ma no mu change o mayo ushu mu kankan uwura ko to na jaja so ne wene ushu wona ho bon fati wona ho kankan so do na amanfo asane agum wona ho bon etu se fa na wanum kura de ese enka boni adokuru wanum eti ubie wanum a e chen momoni station ba dia toto momoni se kaka eti wukuranti ya di ASF ma force beba for wonum bon se tutu meme lawyer fati kankan tutu meme kwa sia okwa change lumba the hierarchy of the kids mesemo mo law firm no yade ba bom ma law firm na siwo na ntentan abebo ho na obi atwam a na mo de atum ho fo say lawyers wey na keko bu maame Akosua Serwaa kwasia na ne nyankopo twa omukoto ebi abodam ebi ayare afam omo yare so omu mo fati wo se oba yare sa wo etisika no oba bra fo ba wo hwa Akosua Serwaa last hour ba bra because crime na ma committee no ma committee akwa chire ene ma doso obone na ma denim o say dem moye bia yesi first no na ye sunsun na ye sun na na control your case we anu nti anadwo kura wo so sori be ko kwa anadwo na sum ye adwuma wontie wa start case we bia we smart we spiritually in tune bia be hu it is that time no anadwo kura na team leader na active baba baba na we kona we anadwo na eze unza anadwo kura sori akọ TikTok anu ani ha because entokwa na free sumu abedi han mu na omo operate osumu no omo jidasu ni se sumu na kata asem no so e han atosu se bam eje se no do omo ye bia na backfire mo he e be backfire ma ba bia na omo kokora e welcome omo e be bo omo eti asem na bedi han mu na ya mo ne han bofo no yamo ene o han bofo a obade nyankopon ade ebedua asase so twen sa mrei ade ebedua asase we so atwen maame Akosua Serwaa na ye time na aso no nipa da sane bia be hu se obade nyankopon etiase obade nyankopon na wo ye odo otiase odo enye nkwase asem odo ade emu odu odo ade ema wiase movie odo nti na ade esa ade echi odo enti na owia enti meboye nkuye odo enti na nnua mu bu nkuye odo enti na yenda nyane ye na ya sase isu eni nsu ni nyina ye nyame do onyame do a wode adoye no enu enti na mframa nsa wo wiase odo emu duche bibia wo wiase na maame Akosua Serwaa story we ebe kire how powerful love is, and a lot of people will begin to learn and understand what love truly is from this story. And that power of love that has kept the universe running and operating for billions of years will be the new order of the day. And this is deep. This is a deeper message from the deep sinks of this life and this earth and these times of the universe. The universal time of this moment. This is the deepest secret. And Maame Akosua Serwaa's emergence will be one of the greatest stories ever told. Most businesses are about to thrive out of this misery. Wealth is about to be generated out of this misery. Greatness is about to be generated out of this misery. The greatest of all things that is about to happen to Maame Akosua Serwaa is about to hit her now, very soon. Very soon. The greatest thing to ever hit her, that she will wake up one day and the world will be under her feet. She will sleep and she will be making money. She will sleep and people will be working for her. And that time is now. God kept her safe for these days. Eti me say, mo amadi mo bone mo de awie. Mo de awie, e mo si twio. Me sra mo me blofi me de asem kure. Me say, asema na me kanya ni say, entokwa we start here no, e start free sumu. E free say, ye di bone a ye ni ne han mu, ye di sie sumu, ye wi a di suma kataso. Tie, kasa kire obi o ye di. Tie di bone a ye di ni sumu, ye wi a di suma kataso. Enti omo di bone no osum ene edi sum kata asunti tokwa no na ye sum na kata so kabi nyansani ko ho ga na kura hu ena wate ase mo fa nche nkofo wate. And started from the dark world because it was something too sinister, something too dark. Enti ye de sum kata asem no so bebre spiritually ye kan sum butu so say krim efri say no ma dwini nyina ne say kodofo so nyawu ankensum no kura che kura no han beba kura na kagana fo atwa so enti han ne beba na ko bia an ho hwe na emom error we ya bedui. After that eastern region borehole no entokwana behind mu efi se awia osrane ensoroma akese na Nipa hu wiase adechiye asori okuforidia eastern part of Ghana. Bone ni si wa Ghana oh. It's a sorry that seminar so it is a see and judges, lawyers, government officials, Obia was now say that will be any so I said you know what free baby now be Ghana for. And very soon you people will see say and pennyphobia are confessing.
Eba no meme lawyer e na mama na echiro minim hu bi mi a na free ohun sa de no ha anti aha no ye kire de Calvin eye wo that room ba brabo entity ana oye wo that room ba mem tie na de wo tie ase no chiro to ho mame mi hunu ewia bebie mpa that I am the first male child of the late Mr. Charles Kojofosu. Semene ba Panyini Emma Owura Charles Kojofosu a wanyan baby kro. That I am the first male child. Mini babema Panyini Emma Owura Kojofosu. And together with my sister Denise, Miniminia Denise, Lady Fosu, the oldest of the children of the deceased. Miniminia Denise Fosu. Ono eneye Panyini. Ewo. That rumba wawu emem. Ananya sa na echere. Me say, ye nua bra Calvin say that I am the first male child of the late Mr. Charles Kojofosu. Many that lumba ne babe mapanyini. And together with my sister, my sister Denise Lady Fosu, the oldest of the children of the deceased. Onuya panyini ewo that lumba wawu emem. Etibasa hani chere say ana mente brofo. Dia so betumi achiro. Me de me han meti ase se. Me carve me na me that lumba wawu no. Nimba ememe wo mpanyini. Na ememe wo mpanyini no. Mini nua Denise that lumba emma no. On na ye panyini. Emmemu no ye panyini. According to menti ase mu no. Se mabon a na me menti ase dia. Odabroma. You be say I stand to be corrected. Nti I had the actually him ama ho den ne kofom kakra fi se be ni so de ana abontina de ni mi se bia be ma na ye panini chen oba no but ha no se me brofo na enya de am se mo amomo am na mo nkire me ho no entwo e bedru ho na brofo na me kan nyina nie that I am the first male child of Mr. Late Kojofosu. Se me ni be ma panini e ma Owura Kojofosu. Together with my sister Denise Lady Fosu. Miniminia ba Lady Denise Fosu. The oldest of the children of the deceased. Ono ene ye panyini ema that rumba emano. According to me say I stand to be corrected. That's 6. Yeah, can Calvin ne affidavit of interest. The the caveat koto ni mame. Letters of administration eso. That Madam Akosua Serwaa Fosu. The first applicant is my biological mother. Kwa Madam Ernestina Fosu, aka Akosua Brimpoma. The second applicant is the sister of the deceased. Sir, Mami Akosua Serwaa Fosu, your first applicant, Emma letters for administration. Oye me mame pa biological mother on a woman. And Madam Ernestina Fosu, dodo na friend Akosua Brimpoma, your second applicant. Me can applicant be a marine for letters for administration who community. Ono so me papa wo enua ba. That as the first male child of the deceased, na hania na ntimi nya no the first child of the deceased no and I also say male yo as the first male child of the deceased, it will be in the interest of justice for this honorable court to appoint me as co-administrator, as my inclusion would ensure that the collective and individual interests of all the children of the deceased are adequately represented in the administration of the estate. Me am here that lumba babema penini. Nyane ba penini babema according to letter no say the musika no na meka. Me am here that lumba eba bema penini first male child. No. Me sra court yi say wa munyimi ntum na me meye co-administrator. Me ma meka administrators no eho. Na entumi muwa na me hwe say obia ne huwom a waso sefata so onya bibia ewo me papa dapade mu bia no ye betumi ahwe na ntituru nkwala no obia enya de osefata na yatoto ne estate na kama that my inclusion as co-administrator is especially warranted in the peculiar circumstances of this estate where the children of the deceased were born of 4 different mothers, including the first applicants, making it imperative that a person with a direct personal stake in the interest of all the children participate in the administration of the estate. Pacho, or say, paragraph 10 Calvin Eka say that my inclusion as co-administrator is especially warranted in peculiar circumstances of this estate where the children of the deceased were born of 4 different mothers, including the first applicants, making it imperative that a person with a direct personal stake in the interest of all the children participate in the administration of the estate. I say, young family letters of administration no ehu. Me titiru said in some way esi etie. And say, me papa, Emma or one, only a ma ahodo and 9 and a woman. I ma who do 9 hour woman. A muba coca, one more with the letters of administration by him. Ankasano, a muba con, eka home. Hey, whoa. Asa michire mutwi no ase ade no emu oduma ma no kakra ntu de ma mintim ba bi wo ho a ma mintim ho brofo no ankasa esa na wo chire mdudo bibi nti bodaroma asembu a emu chire no ano odem sirem nti muntie ne ye me kan ba ko amam I say that my inclusion as co-administrator is especially wala. Listen, I never make a wahane no. Hey, that my inclusion as co-administrator is especially warranted in the peculiar circumstances of this estate, where the children of the deceased were born of 4 different mothers, including the first applicants, making it imperative that a person with a direct personal stake in the interest of all the children participate in the administration of the estate. Yanko yani. That I am fully capable and willing to administer the estate of the deceased transparently in the best interest of all the children and in strict compliance with the law. Osi ahadie. Obetumi atoto niam ye papa na watumi aboa ama emma ewo mu nyina ne nuam no obia interest no wahwe atoto ne ye ama sade mra ne kire no obia ansa aka ne de. That given the nature and complexity of the deceased business interests and assets, which encompass music, broadcasting, and commercial enterprises, the administration thereof demand a high level of professional competence and expertise, commensurate with the skill and diversity of the interests involved. Or say, Uhesade ade we no enemy papa businesses no a wo no nyuma ne niam city a ade a esan so ne ho hye nwumtuo mu na broadcasting wom na wo commercial enterprises any ade nti no e demand obi a there's a high level of professionalism no e wo soro papa na wo ye competent ye na wo ye expert ahodo wo niam ahodo bebrebe mu na tumi aboa ama bibia aye kama. That I am advised by counsel and verily believe same to be true that an effective and efficient administration of the estate of the deceased will not entail only the distribution of the assets, but more importantly, the management of the intellectual property rights of the deceased in his music and other intangible assets. Enti said ne council any lawyer for etunifo no na kire se obetumi atoto enema nyina ye ne titiru said ne papa na ne nwuma ahodo bi etie no na kire se wo ye nipa bi a ekoba se ye ma ne kwan so ontoto ne papa niema oyo bi osafata ye papa so obetumi atoto bibia ama na ye kama. That in the light of the foregoing, it is imperative that careful thought goes into the appointment of the administrators to ensure that all matters bordering on the administration of the estates and the preservation of the companies associated with the deceased, as well as his intellectual property rights in his music, are safeguarded and protected for the benefit of the beneficiary. Enti otrese wo hwese de niam we si kono a e wo se nipa e benyi ni se ono onye administrator ana omunye administrators ema that room ba japade no e ya de wo se hwe ni ye papa se ne be ya that room ba se de na ne nwuma no abi esitie no ehia intellectual people any ade property edimu say na su say no ombetumi anya nkofo bi atete sa active people bi and intellectual people bi na hwe the nature of that room be japade ni bia wo mo etumi atoto ne ye ama bibia aye kama Calvin dem ka cho say enwa na bibi sha ase ha ya pa. That my educational qualification and professional background uniquely position me to contribute meaningfully to the administration of the estate, making my appointment as co-administrator not merely appropriate, but necessary to ensure that the administration of the estate is carried out with the requisite level of professionalism, competence, and integrity. Also, no, educational qualification, any professional background or one, and manida musronko kra eba se ye dibre anasa tumi ma no se onye administrator ema that roomba estate ana ne nyapade no wontoto a obetumi atoto ne ye onye co-administrator obetumi ahwe atoto ne ema ye papa if we say the level of professionalism no e wo soro ejapade we ni nso ne niam e wo mi so ehia nipa bi etese ono na afei wo mo atumi atoto niam ne pa. That I hold a bachelor, fe no bachelor de ono so owo. That I hold a Bachelor of Science, BSc in Business Administration, and my professional experience spans banking and financial service audits. Banking and financial service audits. Afe banking and kasa. Trade and risk management at PwC. Executive leadership as managing director of a growth-focused enterprise. And entrepreneurial experience as founder and operator of an independent apparel brand. A breadth of experience that further underscores my suitability for appointment as co-administrator of the estate. Enti, or say, hold Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. And afe, our professional experience, our banking, and a financial service auditing. And afe, no, the can expands banking and a financial service auditing. And a banking and kasansono, our experience rumpa, and a trade and risk management. And also sono, chrese, what dimu akwatini ye, and ye. Nagodo. Executive leadership as managing director of a growth-focused enterprise. Nina ye dibra wadidie and entrepreneurial experience as founder. Tini entrepreneurial experience no. Ejumakura no ye founder and operator of an independent apparel brand. Yo, enti naturally say oka we nyina osra court ne say obetumi aye co-administrator. Amana ye so experience now say professional e wo de mabobo nyina emu. That by virtue of all my professional career I have accumulated extensive experience in executive leadership, banking, financial oversight, risk management and commercial operations in both institutional and entrepreneurial environments, equipping me with the competence, discipline, and fiduciary awareness necessary for the responsible administration of the deceased estate. Yo, or say, ne professional career no so no ade a aboa ne ye papa nanya experiences ahodo bi bebrebe ewo executive leadership mu, banking mu, financial oversight, risk management, commercial operation. That rumba may machine ade mo experience carving fosu carving nyame ahira mo opanyi kojo fosu ono ne yere wo mo ahro mo mayiye papa my idea that's that's my background in managing complex financial matters, overseeing operational structures and working within high regulated industries, requiring discretion and accountability position me to ensure a responsible, fair, and transparent administration of the estate for the benefits of all beneficiaries. Or say, a background amenya, about managing complex financial matters, operational structures, any highly regulated industries or no my ye juma. Eba so manage that rumba estate na abuano ama say jina sa panini na ye responsible, ye fair, ye transparent no. Sa experience we nyina mananya into oya ade a we fair papa so betumi amanage nyama yi amana ye kama. That to the best of my knowledge and belief, a grant of the letters of administration to only the applicants could potentially create protracted disputes Minchire mo twi ntitie nie. Na twi nsam no ya na soso. Titie nie ntina menya adaje wa ha no. De so e chen ma no kan twi na na mu odu. Mu oden titie. That to the best of my knowledge and belief, a grant of the letters of administration to only the applicants. Wo miminim de ani nyansam no. Se ya the letters of administration ma enipa no a wo mo de eba ye na ye me maame ene me papa nua no nko a. Yen hwede wo se de bebe. Could potentially create protracted disputes akin to the unfortunate events which have occurred after the passing of the deceased clearly demonstrates. Tiaya no de ni nwandi kan na mchire mu no Denise no ayepe. Se ye grantima ne maame ene ne papa enua ne nko aso munya administrators a de betumi e de aba no potential e be create and as a potentially create protracted dispute and have unfortunate events which had my inclusion as co-administrator having eka say sani ma me letters for administration no ye do no nko atuma ye betumi asie bi enie. That my inclusion as co-administrator me ka ho a would serve as a buffer against the discord existing within the family. Nyama ahodo bi a wa abusuanim no me a me ka ho no ahu ebetumi aboa na aye ne ho ahu eyi bi a kire se eba beboa saa eniema bi e wo abusuanim no. And provide assurance to all children of the deceased that their respective interests will be adequately and equitably represented in the administration of the SDT. Yes, I do make one. I feel na ebeboa na I provide the assurance. Ebe mat me papa men nyina, me nuam nyina benya hotaso se me ka bia ye de makoka administrator si hu de. Obetumi ahwe ache amobi ansa aka ne de na wasa atotunti gidie bi bankora ni mu prekope obeka ho na e de sa assurance no ebe mankora. Give me assurance assurance that the grants of the letter of administration must be to persons who can manage and distribute the estate of the deceased without subjecting the legacy of the deceased and his family to further ridicule, disrepute, and public humiliation. He said they need me about the niece kind no. Say court no hwe some grant letters for administration no. Amankophobia won betumi amanage that Drumba estate no and na japade nyina ye na enkoba se that Drumba ne legacy no obi ba be manage na the family no ase akogina radical status bi disrepute bi afa public humiliation bi kosuma abusua no anto ada petwam twe ho ne ade the letters of administration no ye court no stress o mo hwe ne ye Nipa also omo ema womo administer. That I therefore pray this honorable court for an order appointing me as co-administrator to administer the estate of my deceased father. Enti Mr. Court ne say onyimtum sa menye co-administrator me meka ho say me manage me papa estate no anasa menye administrator mentoto niema na afa bibia entumi enye kama. Wherefore I swear to this affidavit of interest and bibia eta to a commissioner for oath and kratari nyina bibia and so ewa ha abusuafo sawate sawa hunu se de niema esi ekoye aha eti sa pepe pacho mame enye we mra na afi meto asoma wat ha abuja fonti baby ana mentimi ankyere mo no mo kai ho ta mo kai ho ka ben de ne ho no twi na ye ka no twi mu oduo ti o ka twi na wa nya abotra ukyere mu wi afi na asem no asa akoye kese asen de okra ta ni mu na nso ye twi ti obi ti bi kyere mu a wo ma me hunu e ho no ana afi de di kan bi a me kyere mu no bra ka me kyere nipa a wo ye na o kyere se ono na ye ne papa ni baba ma panyini na oni ni nua Denise a wono so eye oldest Emma ne papa ma ho na kyere sei wono mo te ase ti ni nyina ya de a ewo mu kama abusia boso no na nka akoye miensa na enso presla de ne de free so ama mienu na akotoso mienu akotoso no eyo no ane ma we kan ma oni da drum baba yenim so na ye panyina ye Calvin na afi da drum baba ye lady Denise ono so no na kire se ne de eka ho den entise ya omudo omo affidavit of interest no kono afi na court no ba behwe de omo kaaye no na afi court no etumi abobo ho na wo mo ahwe edi mu nkomo eye nya hwe se ombe consider ensem no a wo mo de baaye no na wo mage wo mo nyina tunsom koy administrators enka maame ne ho ana so mbeji ba ko atum ana so mo be yedai pe de wo mo de baaye a wo church mekenka ma wi se wo ye court no anka ahwe anka han de ne betumi convince wo eti no de ni nyina ye court na djuma ene ombe hwe se ombe di mu nkomo na akom ni ahwe se de niam abesi Akosua se wutie dem kenka ma wiye pa wutie ni ye pa pacho ohun se nsem wom nsem wom ka cho sa na mekenka ma no obia ton ne ho e de akire court no e kire de ntia obetumi e de aye administrator ana se yemfa no enka administrators no ho ka kire wo na me ka kire wo nso no wa hu se de sitie eti se say de enkwala anyame ya adom makoko school asua de omo kire de ntia wo mo na beka letters of administration ho ombe ya administrators a ombe ka ho a ombetumi aboa amada drumba the nature of japade a ogija to ho ene ne japade ne se de sitie ene se de mu sitie no yenye nyama obi a ode abusua ni dinga that drumba legacy ya ba radical no ya radical abusua no ahu ni ade abusua that drumba legacy akwa ibi mu ahu se ade bi atete saa ntiba saa no a na kire so pese o kire sai ni obi a na o se otumi eye administrator na asa that drumba japade no ye jai ema mitumi eda no nti ensam de ebi akoso na wankasa so watinsem ni bi ewo wasum a wahu se de niema esi etie enti maame Akosua Serwaa letters of administration no ye hia ebi eno no enye nnu akwa na nipa ni bi benim se letters of administration no akwa appeals court nyina mu bi ehun nsem bi akokwa appeal na abeba na abobo application bi atoto agu eni ade a nim se ho ne de enura na wuram ye papa ama wate ase etini e de niema e be compare niema ni ahwese de niema sitie ade bia da court no ye wo ba bia di mu nkomo kopem ade bia e wo court court no afa no obesi hu gina ye no ye wo ba bia di mu nkomo ekoduru ye wo ba bia kamu asem ekoduru enya bibia ena ye ka enti afa na court ne betena se etini nkonwa aye na djuma wo mu nwie wei eya ade da court na nim sesi court ni bobo ho enti wuntimi nkontra wo level wo level a wobetumi adunti in your own nyansem no ade bi wo ho a na ewo se wo kan brof no a kano a eto ho ensusu ani guso ko a yeguso a ye kwa animu what say de name tete no enti abusuafo enema bi ewo ho a na kire se wate ase tie wo krom ha na ade eche ni ese that room baba bi enso se oh no so person be kan letters of administration ho enti ne ya na me bisa se ene ya that lumba nma me Akosua Serwaa ba chale na odi card ni din ka ho ma wo de call ye no ye ma na lawyer fo anaso na lawyer fo di nkomo mo ko yi free mu no na nani nua mo foforo nso akoka ho no se wote anaso wo hu a decision no take ye no na free wono ane ho yo okay ana no nte ase ana afei na nkura no so asase no mo nte ase afei no mo ate ase fe ne abiebie ni akere wo mo ana se wo mo reason a enti afei do mo hu ni se ehia ye papa se wo mo maame letters of administration no wo mo tumi ekoka ho na wo mo hwema ntutue nyina etumi eko understanding no ekire ni free hin na baaye bisa anya hwe no obi bobusa se mama Akosua Serwaa eko file for letters of administration no onimisa ne ba panyini ene Calvin wansusu ho ankire ne da na osusu ho a na oni interest na afei de ekire eye no obenya interest ewo mu enti abusuafo Mother Roma Sesia de Akosua eno no dadulumba nyamishira na papa abrunya pade papa hye papa enye easy ahwe letters of administration yi yankrai anaso omo affidavit of interest nso a na kire se omo nso so no ewo eniema ahodo pia omo nso so ade akokọ okeka ka ho se de no amekan no an enti sa pepepe ti du court ho no a bebia ebi wa amekan ya me sementi ase enti ebi a court no ho de du a omo a ebetwetwe pie no ni nyina abekọ akoda adu ho court ni nyina ntena so enti ni omo nim enkomu bebre Mother Roma de ebetumi aya ne se ye bekenkan amamo na mahunu ensama wo mo de akwakoto court ho enti na bi wa nkyeremu no kra so mame a me mpese me ha me ho aka ne twie no de se eda court na minti abusuafo Mother Roma yentimi ni ade a fe na court no bedi hu nkomo emu de betumi anse bekenkan wo hu se de si etie enti de mo de akoto ho no
me pacho kontonchi media ana BirthRight enso na ote omanu die ni kasa no na from the way things are going, you know, ohwe amami Akosua Serwaa ene ne ba Calvin ana fesu Denise no Nipa miensa woyi emu dian ana se ye di omo kama me no ho a because most definitely mommy ni de obenya se ono so betimi ababe administrator ede ama that lumba enuma no because ono stand more chance so ata say na sabra Denise any Calvin abekan ohwa hwan mu ana yemfa ne nka mommy no ho na bibia enye kama when it comes to preservation of properties daddy ejai ewasase so na legacy wise so ohwa kindly drop your comment mami hu na update bi ampatwa beto from ewe hu no bibia so ai kama na were mami hu say OdoBroni they are not giving up mo de fasoro om de be fasie mo de fasie om de be fasoro enti yenhwe de court no so ede beba na yeso yaba bebobo ho update bi ampatwa beto from bia no ye de bebra mo ntino kindly drop your comment na share video no mami me da say